What's going on, everyone? ODC here, and I'm back with another action figure review. Today's review, we're going to take a look at the Mythic Legion's Advent of Decay. This is Morgolyth, and I just want to put this out there as a little notation so we all know how stupid I am. I've actually been saying their faction name incorrectly the entire time. And I want to correct myself. I'm one of those people where I'm the first to admit when I'm wrong about something, so I want to go on record here and saying I apologize for saying the name wrong, but it's Necronominus, not Necronomicus, is what I was saying. Necronomicus. I think in my head, for some reason, I just thought it was Necronomicus. I just think it rolled off the tongue to me. I don't know why, but I apologize for any confusion. It's Necronominus. And that's actually the name of Morgolyth's father here, so that's what I like to do in the beginning of these videos. I like to discuss a little bit about their backstory. Her father is Necronominus, and that is the name of their faction. And her two brothers, Mandibulus and Malleus, a whole family filled with evil, pretty much. She spares no expense when it comes to death. She is the high priestess of the Necronominus. I think the character's pretty cool. It's nice to see that we've got another really a nice evil female character here. It's nice that it's nice that we got a female leader for her group until Necronominus is going to return. So I'd be really interested to see what Necronominus looks like down the line. Maybe we'll get a figure of him. That would be pretty cool. Seeing as we are getting one of Arthier coming up with his steed there, his hellish steed. Like, one of her powers is that she can actually see through the eyes of her army. Now, I wonder if that includes her brothers, too. I want to say that maybe it doesn't. So she doesn't know what's going on with her brothers all the time, due to them being siblings. So maybe everyone that she turns, or like Hagnon, she would be able to see through the eyes of Hagnon, seeing as she sacrificed him, she killed him. She would now be able to see through his eyes. But that's a pretty cool little power that she has as the high priestess. So pretty cool. She's got a rather short, simplistic read-up, but it hits on all cylinders, I think. I'll show you the read-up in a little bit. Now we're going to move on to accessories. Okay, and we're back with all the accessories here, minus the belt, which is already on the figure, and the cape, which is already on the figure, and the two-shoulder armor / pauldron, whatever term you want to use, is already on the figure, but we'll get to that in paint detail and all that other fun stuff. But speaking on her weaponry, she does come with this mage staff. We've seen this numerous times from Wave 1 and so on. It is a nice two purple little ball details right here. And then we've got a little bit of charcoal gray for the centerpiece right there. Moving on down to the rest of the staff. And then we have a gold. Looks really cool. Nice gold color right there. We're not focusing for some reason, camera today. Nice little sculpt design right there on the top portion. And then we have a nice little sculpt on the bottom portion, which is ridged. Okay, next up, we've got the other sword that she comes with. And we've seen this sword numerous times. I'm not going to harp too much on it. It's just a silver for the blade and a gold for the handle. Okay, next up we've got another newly sculpted piece, newly tooled weapon, and it is included in the new weapons packs as well, as with Morgolyth and a few other characters that have been given to us. But it is a dagger with a sheath, and you can pull the dagger out, and it's got this nice curvature to it. Looks really good with the silver paint right there. And then we've got some purple for the handle, and it just slides right into there. It's a nice tight fit. You don't have to worry about it falling out or anything like that. We've got some nice designs for the sheath itself. It looks pretty cool. I like this little design right here. All of the silver paint is nicely tucked in and done I don't see a whole lot of paint slop, to be honest with you. It does use the clip system, so it's just going to clip onto the brown belt. And the last piece is this nice broadsword. I guess I kind of want to call it a broadsword. I don't know. There might be a technical term for this shape of sword. I don't know, but I'm just going to go with broadsword for now. It's pretty massive. It's very tall, long, and that's what she said. But the blade here is a silver paint, and then we've got some purple paint for all of these little, I guess you want to call them hieroglyphics or whatever, little shapes or some sort of, I don't know, mystical. Maybe this is a mystical sword, and it's enchanted or something like that. And then we've got a purple for this piece right here with some silver protrusions coming out of the side. Looks really good. Overall, really nice detail for this sword. And then we've got a black handle, and it's kind of leather wrapped. Looks really cool. It does fit in their hands nicely, whether it's a new male body, old male body, or new female body. And then we've got a little silver paint for the end of the handle. Moving on to the shoulder pads, it's very simple how to attach these. There's two little holes in the back, and you simply take those holes and plug them in, port them into the back, and then you take her cape, and you kind of want to fold it inward. That's how the Four Horsemen have it set up, but you can fold it any way you want. I was actually considering doing this. I'll show you guys on camera how I do this. Taking this off of here, like so, and as you can see, I'm having a little bit of issue with some of these holes being clipped too close. As you can see there, it's about to fray and break off, but what I'm going to do here is attempt to do this on camera. What I want to do is I want to get both these shoulder pauldrons plugged into the middle pieces, like so. Okay, and then to get this look, I want to plug these in to her back, like so. So until you hear a little pop, right, like that. Okay. Now, I'm doing it this way. You don't have to do it my way. I just, I think it's a cool look, cool different look for these figures. I take the peg, and then I fish it through this hole, like so. And then I'm simply just going to find the armhole, and I'm going to peg that in, like so. This one might cause me a little bit of issue, seeing as it's fraying already, and I've only pegged it in once so far since it's been brand new. But let's see if we can accomplish this here without botching. Okay, and we're back with it in, and for some reason this side did not pop in, but it's in nonetheless. But this is pretty much how I have her set up. I have the cape going into the armpits, and I think it just, like, I don't know, for some reason it just flows a little bit better for as far as the cape goes. And I think it looks unique to her. I did that with another cape. I think I did that with the Elf Ranger, aka Legolas. I pretty much pegged that in. I talked about it later, but I wanted to show you guys actually how to do that in case you were curious and you wanted to set it up the same way. Okay, as far as Morgolyth's articulation does go, her head can swivel side to side. It does get in the way a little bit due to the sculpting of the head, but that's obvious. You can see that right there on camera. She does look up about that far, and she can look down a little bit. That's about neutral right there for her. Her head can tilt side to side. Let's see if she's got some jive turkeys. And a little bit of jive turkey. Just a little. Not a lot, just a little. And then up here in the arm, not to worry even if the shoulder pad is in the way, her arm can still get up. And also to point out on these skeletons, whether it's a male or female, this little armor piece going over the top of the arm near the shoulder is a pliable plastic, and it will go over the shoulder. So you can get that full range of motion right there, as you can see right there. So I wanted to point that out as well. The arm goes down. You can do a full 360 rotation right there in the arm. You can kind of work with it due to this being a pliable pauldron right here. You can get a full 360 rotation motion if you need to. It mirrors the other side as well. And single bend at the elbow, about 90 degrees. We do have a swivel at the elbow, a swivel at the gauntlet, swivel at the wrist, hinge joint at the wrist, which goes back and forth or up and down if you swivel it. She does have a swivel at the diaphragm joint, a crunch forward, a crunch back, pivot side to side, and like I said, swivel. And then we have a swivel at the waist. She does have the split functionality right there, nicely done. And then she's got a leg that can go forward, legs that can go way back, and then she's got a single bend at the knee and a swivel at the knee. Unfortunately, there's no swivel on these skeletons, including the males, at the thigh. I think it's the only Mythic Legion that doesn't have a thigh swivel, to be honest with you. But that's just to point that out. She also has a swivel at the ankle, points the toe about that far, points the heel. There is a ratchet in there. There's like a 2-point, maybe 3-point tops ratchet in that ankle, so she can hold her spot. With some of the other figures, the ratchet is there, but it's not as strong. With her, it's nice and strong, so just to point that out as well. Ankle pivot, and 2 peg holes at the bottom of her feet. Okay, as far as paint and sculpt detail go, she is highly detailed as far as paint and sculpt go, so you will not be disappointed when it comes to Morgolyth. Her head sculpt alone is going to make you want to get her. Look at this very alien-esque head sculpt. It does give off that alien type feel with the ribs going up the head right here. It really does. That's what I thought of when I first saw this head sculpt. I was like, holy cow, that is crazy. And it definitely reminds me of Alien, or Aliens, or, whatever. But looks really cool. Even the back has this like texture style, so it really does feel like Alien. The little protrusions coming out here, the sculpt going out there. It's kind of like a rigid feel, like a textured feel right there. Pretty cool. And then on this side, we've got all of this nice little detail going throughout the head, as you can see right there as I bring the head in. Looks really good. I like the little designs, the little swivels going throughout her head design, her headdress, I should say. Very alien and very, I guess I want to say, Egyptian. Just reminds me of maybe a combination of the two. And then over here we've got some more lines going throughout, kind of like more ribs going throughout the rest of her headdress. And then over here, it looks like we have a mask which is attached to the headdress. And that looks really cool. She's got some whited out eyes with some black around the eyes. And then over here, I don't know how well you guys can see this. I'm going to try and bring in my lighting and bring the figure in. But where there is black, it looks like there's shadowing right here due to my lighting. But there is a little bit of black paint in these holes right in here. Just a little bit of black paint. The rest of the sculpt is there with the teeth. And look at these teeth. Look at that head sculpt. Look at that. Look at those teeth. She almost has buck teeth. Maybe that's why she's so angry. She was getting made fun of, called Bucky Beaver or something. I don't know. Bucky O'Hare. Bucky O'Lith. Hey, everybody. Look, it's Bucky O'Lith. Buck O'Lith, I guess. That would be her name. But moving on to the shoulder pads. Looks really good. It's nice purple, metallic with some silver studs going throughout. The chest piece is what I was referring to earlier as the newly tooled piece on the older, I shouldn't say older sculpt, the torso that we've seen with a lot of different characters here, but you can see it's like a rib cage right here going over her breast and her chest and everything. Looks really good. I like that added little bonus that we got with her. It makes her stand apart from the rest, and I can appreciate that. It's pretty much just a silver paint with purple underneath for the chest piece, and then we've got a little bit of charcoal gray going up the design on each of her breast, and then it continues over here for the charcoal gray and the silver lining, and then the purple. Same goes for the gauntlets. Looks really good. And then we've got some black detail right here for each gauntlet's buckle and strap. And then we've got the belt here. Then we're moving on to the thigh armor, which is, mirrors pretty much the rest of the paint apps. She's pretty got a theme going as far as paint apps go. We've got a nice flat purple right here with a little bit of black dry brushing going throughout the front of the crotch covering. Flipping around to the back, we've got, this is pretty much what the detail looks like. It's continued from the front. And there's the back buckles and straps for her boots. She is barefoot, and I think she's the only other one that's barefoot in this wave besides the Queen Urxa, which is the orc queen. So she's got some bony toes right there. But nice sculpt with the toes. There's actually some black paint shading, very light black paint shading going between the bone toes. And then with the hands as well, she's got some exposed hands. Looks really good. Overall, really pleased with the sculpt and detail of her. There's no paint apps going throughout the cape, but the cape is a thinner cloth, but it is a cloth nonetheless, so I'm pretty pleased with it. Nonetheless, really good paint apps, and I'm really liking what's going on here. Okay, as far as Morgolyth's packaging does go, we've got the Mythic Legions logo on the bottom, the Four Horsemen logo on the upper right, and then it says mythiclegions.com, Source Horsemen, which is their forum if you want to join, and storehorsemen.com. Flipping it around to the back, we've got some beautiful artwork, which is also featured in issue number 1 on the inside cover of Mythic Legions comic book issue number 1. Okay, on the side, we've got the clan logo for the Necronominus. On the other side, we've got a picture of Morgolyth. And here's her read-up. If you want to pause it and read it, you can. Okay, as far as size comparisons go, we've got 2 female Marvel Legends here. On the left, we've got Psylocke, and on the right, we've got Valkyrie, and she's on the larger female body. Okay, next up, we've got 2 male Marvel Legends. On the right, we've got Multiple Men on the Bucky Cat body mold. On the left, we've got Luke Cage from the Thunderbolts box set on the Hyperion body mold. Next up, we've got a WWE Elite figure in Shawn Michaels on the left, and on the right, we've got a DC Universe Classics Hawkman. Okay, and last up, we've got a Motu Classics Vicor on the left, and Sir Gideon Heavensbrand. Okay, so my final thoughts on Morgolyth is definitely going to be a 2 thumbs up here. The only issues I really have with her is her weapons are almost a little bit too bulky and too heavy for her small little wrists or her small little hands. The mage staff is too girthy for this little hand, and the broadsword that she comes with is like too long, and it's wanting the wrist to swivel on its own. She can hold poses if you get her in the right position. Might have to work with her a little bit more. To me, I don't think I'm going to have her with this mage staff. I'm just going to have her with her big broadsword, kind of two-handing her broadsword, and I think it'll look a lot better, to be honest with you. The cape I like the cape, and I like the way I actually have it set up. I think it fits a little bit better going into those arm pegs. I think it looks a little bit better. It also drapes nicer on her as far as the cape hitting the floor and everything. Having it the other way where it was folded in and then double pegged, it works, but I don't think they've quite mastered their capes just yet. I feel like maybe for some capes, they should just go over a neck peg, or other capes should just plug in with 2 peg holes, and just make sure that those peg holes have like a little O-ring, like a little rubber O-ring that goes into those holes, just so if you're pegging or depegging over and over, it doesn't wear those holes out, and then your cape is destroyed as far as the portholes. Just a suggestion that they could use, maybe, possibly, if the Four Horsemen are watching this, if they wanted a little bit more longevity out of their capes. But To no avail. It still works. I don't really have any quality control issues as far as that goes. Her wrist on mine, on her, both of her wrists are getting a little bit loose from the heavy weapons, but like I said, you don't have to have her posed with everything. I kind of have her holding everything here just to show you that she can hold everything. I love the sculpt work. That headdress is beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. The head sculpt alone is just, they always knock their head sculpts out of the park. I love them. They do such a good job. I like the retooled chest piece for her. I think that looks really good too with the rib cage armor on that. That looks really nice. It's a nice little thing that they didn't have to do, and they decided to go the extra mile with this character. So I dig that a lot. The armor pieces look really good. I think everything works. It's cool that we got another barefooted female character. And I'm really digging this a lot, to be honest with you. And I would definitely give this full recommend here. And go pick up Morgolyth. I think this might be another one of those characters where you're kicking yourself that you passed on her. And yeah, she's definitely one of the best, I think. As far as overall presentation, I think all of the weapons work with her. Everything that she comes with makes sense. Overall, really pleased with this. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Do you like Morgolyth? Do you not? But let me know in the comments below what you think. If you like this review, give this a thumbs up. And if you want to see more content, give it a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell for notifications until you see two little parentheses hanging over the bell. That way you know you got all notifications. And that's pretty much it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed this review and have a great day. And I'll see you guys on the flip side.